Hi everyone and welcome to another edition of Workplace Wednesday. Today I'm going to be talking about some imminent changes in superannuation. As many of you will know, on the 1st of July 2021, the superannuation guarantee rate is about to increase from 9.5% to 10%. It will then increase another 0.5% year on year for the next 4 years, such that by the time 1st of July 2025 comes along, the rate will be 12%. But what does this mean for employers? Well, generally the answer will be in the terms of the written contract of employment, assuming there is one. If the salary is said to be exclusive of superannuation in the contract, then it's pretty clear that the increase of the 0.5% will need to be borne by the employer. That will generally also be the case if there isn't a written contract of employment or if the employee is covered by an award or an enterprise agreement. But what about if the contract of employment says that there's some sort of total remuneration package or a total employment cost that is expressed to be inclusive of base salary and superannuation? Well, I think in circumstances where the base salary isn't actually specified as a particular number, then in that case it's arguable that the employer can fund the 0.5% increase by actually reducing the employee's take-home pay. So each month I will really lose out on 0.5% of what is my base salary. Now, as I say, it's an ideal time to check your contracts of employment to see how superannuation is expressed and whether that is an option open to you. And quite frankly, even if it is an option, not all employers will want to fund the 0.5% by reducing an employee's base salary. But certainly something to look out for and timely to look at your employment contracts again. Now, in other superannuation news, we've recently had the federal budget handed down here in Australia, and there are some other changes to superannuation that are being proposed. Currently, there is a threshold of $450 a month. So that means if an employee does not earn $450 a month at a minimum through their employment with one employer, then the employer doesn't have an obligation to make superannuation contributions on their behalf. And there's been calls for some time now to change that threshold and to scrap the threshold, as it's said to disadvantage low-paid workers, casual workers, young workers and part-time employees, of course, predominantly are still women. So if the changes are enacted and the threshold is scrapped, it will hopefully benefit around 300,000 Australians. Particularly, as I say, part-time employees and casual workers who may have a number of different jobs, but through one job alone are not meeting that threshold of $450 a month. So one to stay tuned for. If the amendments to the legislation do go through, we can expect to see those changes come into force on the 1st of July 2022. So that's it from me today. I hope that's been a useful snippet on superannuation, and I look forward to joining you again for the next edition of Workplace Wednesday. Thanks.